girl, I do hot shit. Finish income on my outfit. I don't text quick, cause
a long shower?
Not really. 44 seconds, 1 minute. Okay, I'll crop that out. What's up, Ruth crew? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Rated Ruth, and today I'm gonna be answering some questions I told y'all to send to me through my YOLO, my Snapchat. If y'all want it, I'll put it in the description down below. I just asked y'all, I'm doing a girl talk. I was like, ask me questions y'all want me to answer, like that you're curious about, and I got quite a good amount, so we're gonna get into it. Okay. What should I do if I'm insecure about how my cat looks? Okay, if you're insecure about how your little thing looks, then honestly, like, there are multiple things. There is a lot of things you could do, like razor bumps. You probably have had razor bumps. If you don't want razor bumps, exfoliating is really important. Like, exfoliate. I'll get deeper into like why you should exfoliate and what exfoliating means, basically. But yeah, exfoliating, because you can get scars in your vagina. You can definitely get scars on your vagina, so that's definitely something to worry about. Exfoliating. Make sure that the hair is soft before you shave it, because if you're dry shaving, that is horrible. Do not do that. Do not. Like, that is girl 101. Don't dry shave ever. Do not dry shave your cat. Don't do that. And after you shave, put like Vaseline, something that doesn't smell, and don't spray. Like, if you have like a D appointment, do not spray perfume down there. Don't do that, because you're gonna throw off your pH balance, and all of that's not gonna be good. So if you're insecure about how your cat looks, definitely was mental as well. You can put Vaseline on it after you shave it so that it's smooth, and do that like for like 3 days. Not like directly on it, but like around the areas or where you really shaved hard, more like on the top and slightly on the edges. Next question. I'm bisexual, but I'm so afraid to come out. I'm sure you understand, but what it's like. I'm sure you don't understand what this is like, but it's just good to have an opinion about how I should go about this. So I'm not really like an advocate for gay rights or anything like that, but I can see where you're coming from. I'm not bisexual, but if you're afraid, it depends who you're afraid to come out to. If you're just afraid to come out to the world, parents, everyone, honestly, I would say to just plan ahead. If you already know, ask questions to your family. Like, ask them what they think about gay people before you do it. Like, or say like one of your friends are gay, just so you could get like their input about what they think about it, because you got to know what you're stepping into. You need to know how they're going to react. So that's definitely key. Ask them questions about it. Tell them one of your friends is gay, even if they're not. Like, make up somebody. Just tell them blah blah blah, Karen's gay. Well, if your friend's name's Karen, then say Karen's gay, blah blah blah. Your mom says ew, blah blah blah. Well, then there you go. Figure out a way to work around that, and how you want to tell her that you are bisexual. And your friends. I think you start with your friends first, definitely. Then branch out to family before anything else. Okay, this one's a dumb question, but I'm gonna answer it anyway, just because I'm just gonna do it, just so y'all can see how dumb this was. Why is my discharge blue? Well, and then they did like the little emoji, 2 eyes. So like, if your discharge is blue, well, get some help and go to your doctor. Why is it blue? I don't know why your discharge is blue. Personally, I've never had that issue. I don't know anyone who's had that issue. Well, I guess I know someone now, but I don't know your name. This is anonymous. But yeah, go to your doctor if it is actually blue. If this is a joke, stop eating blue foods, I guess. Or stop pouring blue coloring in your, or whatever. Okay. Why do girls have periods? Okay, guys. Why do girls have periods? Well, I mean, it does like, that's how you know you're not pregnant, when you have your period, which is very good. Even if your period's painful, at least you have it, and that's how you know you're not pregnant. I'd rather know I'm not pregnant every month than not having it and being just out of the loop with it. But that's why you have your period. It lets you know when you are and aren't pregnant, or if you should go to the doctor when it stops. Because if you have a regular cycle of having your period and it just stops at one point, that is not like good. You definitely need to see a doctor for that, because if it's at a regular cycle and then you miss a month and then it's back on again, there might be something going on that you don't know, your parents don't know. It might be in your family genetics. So definitely look into that. But that's why girls have periods, to know if we're pregnant or not. Okay. Oh, and keep using condoms. Like, if you use condoms, you won't even have to, like, that will help you not get pregnant. If you want to get pregnant, then I guess don't use them. What are some good hygiene tips for when you're on your period? Ooh, okay. Ladies, when you're on your period, do not wear the same pad for more than, like, literally, if we're being realistic, 6 hours. Do not wear the same pad for over 6 hours, because all that bacteria, the blood, you're sweating throughout the day. Like, think if you're in high school, like, you are sweating, you're sweating profusely, y'all know what I meant. You're sweating a lot. You're doing a lot of things. So if you have that same pad on for more than 6 hours, it's gonna stink, and then your vagina is not gonna be at the same pH level it should be at. So change it between, I would say, 4 to 6 hours. That's your time frame to change that in. And that goes for tampons as well. Change that between 4 to 6 hours. Make sure it's clean. Don't if you have like a pack of tampons or pads and it's one of them's like open, don't use that. Get a new one. And don't keep, and also to keep like for like good hygiene tips when you're on your period. Definitely, like, when you're on your period, wipe down there when you go to the restroom. Like, not like crazy, but like wipe good enough, like maybe with a baby wipe or something that doesn't it's not too harsh on your skin, because that would be good as well. Like, what's something good to wipe? Like, yeah, like a baby wipe, because it's not harsh, and you can use that on little babies when they poop down there or like pee. Use a baby wipe to really clean around it. Don't go crazy or nothing like that, but definitely change your pad within 4 to 6 hours. That's pretty much it. Take a shower take a shower throughout your whole cycle. Don't take breaks. You got to take a shower between every cycle. That, like, blood gets hard, and when it gets hard, it's not cute, and it hurts. Yeah, just take a shower every day. That is not a good key. Okay, thing to have. What are some good ways to whiten your teeth? I personally don't whiten my teeth. I think they're pretty white. I mean, I don't know, they might appear yellow today, but I think they're pretty white. When I used to want to learn how to whiten my teeth, I used baking soda. I put that baking soda, like, directly on my freaking toothbrush. Like, let me show y'all what I did. Like, this is so country, and something I would do, because I'm at a hotel right now, y'all. That's why I got this little plastic bag around my toothbrush. Don't want no nerdy getting on it. I literally put the toothpaste on it, and then I put the baking soda on the toothpaste, and then I brush my teeth. Do not do that. Do not do that. You can really just put, like, baking soda, a tablespoon of baking soda, a tablespoon of water, mix it up. It can be a thick paste, but a thick paste, and then you can brush around your teeth. Not too long, just the same duration that you brush your teeth when you have the freaking toothpaste on it. So baking soda is a good key. If you really want, you can use that black thing, like that black. Well, it doesn't really work, honestly. I wouldn't use that, but I definitely go to baking soda if you want an easy way and a cheap way to whiten your teeth. Or you can go to the doctor. They also do it too, but it's not going to be for free. It's not going to be for free, y'all. Okay. Oh, and not sure if it's I'm not sure if it's effective to do that. I haven't done it in a while, but I'm just saying, if you want to try it, that's something that I would do if I had time. Well, I actually like this question. This was actually a really nice one. Okay. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. I just reread the question. It says, is it worth waiting for the right man, basically? Okay, I'm just going to be honest. Yes, you can wait. It's worth waiting for the right person. I have not found my Mr. Right yet, but definitely it is worth waiting for, because you want the right person to compliment yourself. If you guys are not even, it's not going to work, especially if you believe this. Let me say, if you're a believer, if you're a believer in God, Christ, Christian, whatever, if you're a Christian, you cannot date someone who doesn't believe in what you believe. It's not going to work out. Don't try and force what you believe on him. It's just not going to work out like that. Try to find someone who has the same belief system. Belief systems have a very, like, that's like what the relationship is completely built off of. Like, honestly, his actions are going to be based off what he believes. Your actions are going to be based off what you believe. And if y'all don't meet up in the middle, it's not going to be good. So definitely take that into consideration when you're looking for a man. If you believe in anything, it's very hard to merge religions. Very hard. Someone has to give or take. But it's definitely worth waiting for the right person, because somebody is out there. Somebody's out there for you. Somebody's out there for me. You know, you just haven't found them yet. Just take your time. Don't go looking for a man. Do not go looking for a guy. Don't do that. They will find you. Let them find you. And if he's not the one, keep on waiting. Keep on waiting. Don't go looking for them, because you're not gonna find, you're gonna pick somebody that giving you a little bit of attention, when honestly, if you just waited a little longer, you could have found somebody who was even better. Okay, on to what apps do you use to edit your videos? Girl, I want to start a YouTube but don't know where to start. Okay, so you want to start a YouTube channel, basically, well, if you want to start with a group of somebody or a group of people, or you just want to have your own personal YouTube channel, this is for everybody. If you want to start a YouTube channel, I use iMovie, and I also use Video Leap. Video Leap and iMovie, they both do practically the same thing. But if you want to if you want to have, like, I want to text my crush or blase, you can't. On iMovie, it'll put it like the screen will be like this and that right next to each other. But if you want it like right on your video and playing at the same time as you're reacting to it, then Video Leap is a better idea for you. You can definitely have both apps. When you are recording videos and you want it in good quality, good HD or whatever, definitely Video Leap is really good for that. Definitely really good with that, because you can put it in 4K, 60 frame, 30 frame, 40 frame, 50 frame. You can do all of that with just Video Leap, and your quality will go up. Quality is great for YouTube videos. You want your quality in YouTube videos to be good so people stay watching, and blase, and we're all living happy lives. So Video Leap is great. If you want to make thumbnails and banners, intros, I personally made someone, I paid someone to do my intro on Instagram. I will see if I can link her Instagram in the bottom if you want that. There are plenty of people that make intros for free. I mean, not for free, for like less than $15. Or if you want to like an expensive intro, it goes up to like $30. But make sure your intro is between 7 and 8 seconds, because if you're going to use a song that's really popular, you don't want to get copyrighted with that song. So definitely keep it between 7 and 8 seconds. For thumbnails, I use PixMonkey, I think, and Bozart. I'll link it down below. Both apps, they're really good with making thumbnails. Very good with making thumbnails. That's what I use to make my thumbnails and whatnot. I don't use iMovie as much because it messes my audio. Y'all need to fix that, Apple, because I don't like that. Like, y'all be tripping. My audio be trippy, like very trippy. Like, y'all need to get on that. Okay, so on to the next question. Tips for shaving, waxing / grooming down there. Okay. I've never gotten I can't give y'all too much information on getting your cat wax. I've never gotten my cat wax. My mother would kill me. I'm Nigerian. She'd be like, why do you need that? And I would be like, because I want it. And she'd be like, it doesn't matter. So, never gotten my cat wax, so I don't know much about that. For shaving, exfoliating is key, like I said before. Because, honey, the most simplest way to do this is by simply taking a shower. Like, literally, if you're just in the shower, you've already put the soap all over your body and down there, your hair follicles are going to be softer. Like, they're going to be softer. So and that's what you want. You want it to be as soft as possible, so that when you go over with the razor, it's not harsh. It's not a harsh. My mom did not teach me this soon enough, so I definitely had a hard time with this. And like my beginning of my junior, I had the worst time with this. I literally just learned all of this like maybe like a month ago from my older sister, because I became a lifeguard. You got to make sure everything's all pretty and whatnot. So, and you have to be presentable. So definitely, if you just want an easy way to exfoliate, taking a shower, putting the soap all over your body, rinsing it off, and then doing it again, doing it twice, and then shaving after. Don't get out of the shower. Stay in the shower and then shaving it after. That would be good. Nair's a good thing too, but I wouldn't go directly over your like the inside, like your vagina lips, if that's what it's called. I don't know exactly what it's called, but like do not put it like right on there, because that definitely is gonna cause a reaction in your JJ, and you don't want that. So definitely exfoliate. Then if you can't reach the sensitive spots with a razor, if you can just take your time, you like literally get a bench and sit in your shower and like take your time going over the sensitive spots. If you can't get it while you're standing, there are shaving creams out there. I think I remember some on Amazon. I was looking at some. There are definitely some good options on there if y'all want that. I will see if I can link that below as well. Is she what?
Is she fine?
Yeah, I think so. Well, are you good?
Yeah. You good? Yeah.
Trying to make sure my sister's alive in the shower right now. Okay, so that's all the questions y'all have for me today. hopefully that y'all can send me some video ideas down in the comments below. But thank y'all for watching my YouTube channel. I like all of my subscribers, all freaking 35 of them, or 36 now, or whatever, because y'all really make it worth it. So thanks for all of that. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. I will see y'all in my next YouTube video. And y'all have a great day. Y'all have a great day, y'all. And I will see y'all. Bye.